earlier than the last couple. But welcome to DJ Coffee Talks. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support for this new video series on my channel. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate all the conversations that are happening in the comment section. I love to see it. I make sure to read each and every single one, and I try to respond to as many as possible. Now, for today's DJ Coffee Talks, I wanted to cover one thing in particular, and that has to be the topic of requests. Now, if you've been DJing parties for a while, I'm sure that you've gotten requests from somebody in the crowd wanting to hear a song that they want to hear. Now, me personally in the past, and even now, if the song kind of fits where I'm going musically or what I'm playing right now, I'm more than likely happy to take the request and play the song. Now, if the song doesn't fit what I'm doing or is the complete wrong vibe or genre or whatever of the kind of music that's being played at the party, in the past, I might say, oh, maybe I'll get to it. Or, oh, do you have another kind of song you want to hear, something a little bit different? I'd be a little bit, gentler with my approach and instead of flat out saying no. Now, post-pandemic, as we all came back to work after taking that break of not being able to play, I wanted to be a little bit more confident in my DJ skill set, just knowing that I'm skilled enough to know what to play for the crowd in front of me, to meet their expectations, to play the songs that needed to be played at the right time, to make sure that the people that are at the party are having a great time. So when it came to requests, I wanted to not only save myself some time, but also save the requesters time by just saying, I'm not gonna play that, it just doesn't fit the vibe or whatever the case is. And what I've noticed, and I've had this conversation with other DJs as well, is that the requesters now feel like they're a lot more aggressive than they were in the past. And I'm sure by now you guys have seen the memes of someone shoving a phone in a DJ's face with an artist on it or the actual song that they want to hear, and in particular Bad Bunny requests with the phone in the face. And yeah, it's funny to see on social media, but also that's something that I encounter pretty much every weekend that I'm working. And yeah, we've seen phones with artists and requests before, but it feels like the difference now is when you don't play the song that they want to hear, or you just tell them no, or you don't play the song, you say yes and you don't play the song fast enough, the requesters are so much more aggressive than they used to be pre-pandemic. And I was talking to a DJ buddy of mine, and we were talking about how different it is in the younger generation of partygoers now are to the generation of partygoers before. And I'm not talking about like 40, 50, 60-year-old people coming out to the club. What I'm talking about is the people that were in the club maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago were a lot more open to hearing a wider variety of music, as far as like, say, you're in the middle of a set, you're playing a bunch of recognizable tunes, and then you drop something new that they might not know just to, expose some new music that you like. In the past, a lot of partygoers would be okay with it. They might look a little lost because they don't know the song, but they'd stick around and they'd be willing to just, tough it out, or maybe they'd enjoy the new song as well. But now it feels like this younger generation of partygoers, all they want to hear is songs that they know, and they just want to hear the parts of the song that they know. And I think this has something to do with social media and TikTok and all of those posts with songs in it where just small snippets of certain tunes. In particular, songs like Young Thug Ski, where just the part that is in all the TikToks that happened whenever a few months ago, it's just that part that hits. And once the part that's in that TikTok post is done, it feels like you lose the crowd a little bit. And that shorter attention span of newer partygoers kind of, to me, feeds into the whole requesting thing, because they're so used to that instant gratification of hearing exactly what they want to hear and nothing else. When they don't get that experience, when they go out from a DJ, it feels like they're a little entitled and they don't know how to respond other than like, yo, where's my song? I want to hear this right now. And that's just not something that I was used to from my memory. I experienced in the past nearly as much. Yeah, you get some people that are like that, but it feels like it's happening way more frequently now. And from what I've seen, what I've experienced, and when I've asked other DJs, it always seems like, or not always, but usually it seems like it's that younger generation of newer partygoers that, maybe it's social media, maybe it's they've just been, not able to party for however long it's been, and now they're able to go out, so all they want to do is rage to the songs that they love. It could be a combination of things, but at the end of the day, it feels like requesting is different than it was before. Now it feels more like their definition of requesting a song is really a demand. I'm demanding you to play this right now, instead of I'm asking if you can play this right now. So I want to know, have you guys experienced this? Have the requesters felt different than they did before pandemic? Has the response you've gotten from them changed in any way? Is this just, something that's happening here and just with some of the DJs that I know and I've talked to? I'd love to know how it is in your area. And please, if you're going to respond, when you respond, please add in where you DJ at, what city, what state, what country. I'd love to know if this is just a regional thing, if it's just right here in Las Vegas, whatever the case is. I'm so curious to know. And also I want to know, how do you respond to requests? And if they get disrespectful, what's your response to them? Please leave that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm really curious, and I want to see the response from this, because I think things are changing a little bit in the landscape of nightlife and partying. And I think if we have this wider discussion about what's going on, maybe we can get a better grasp of what the changes are and how we can adapt as DJs. As always, thank you once again for tuning in to DJ Coffee Breaks. I'll catch you guys in the next one.